Good day, patriot. Good day, friend of truth. Good day, lover of liberty. Good day, member of the conspiratorium. Good day, subscriber and a member of the Lionel Nation family. Wasn't it wonderful today? I, like many of you, tuned in to listen to our girlfriend. You know we love her. The inimitable, the ineffable, the one, the only Candace Owens, who, by the by, you have to stop every now and then and explain to people a couple of things. First, if you think this is about Candace Owens, that this is about her, you're missing the point. You're missing the point completely. Yes, she's in the crosshairs. She's the subject matter, but she has hit a nerve. I am telling you, something has changed because of her. There's a different feel in the world. There are people coming forward right now for the first time who've never been a part of anything even remotely involving what you might call politics, who love this. This is their red pill moment. 9/11 was mine. This year's going to be the 25th anniversary of 9/11. It changed. My whole world changed. And that's what we saw. And whatever she thought she knew, or you thought she knew, by virtue of her Sturm und Drang, the contratone that she's going through right now, she is bringing more people together. And let me also tell you, there are people right now that I have not necessarily agreed with politically, or for that matter, followed, or frankly, some people I didn't particularly care for. But we have one thing in common: what's happening to Candace Owens. There are people coming forward who said they weren't even MAGA, and I hate that term. They weren't even pro-Trump. They weren't even conservative. But they're coming forward because they realized this is something big, because it was Charlie. And this is a woman who was coming forward, who basically is speaking the truth regarding somebody they loved, and it's incredible. And today she goes through this incredible, and for those people who say, do you believe in conspiracy theories? The whole thing is a conspiracy. A conspiracy, as she brings up, let me remind you, as a lawyer, as a former prosecutor, as a practicing trial lawyer, a conspiracy is a confederation, an agreement. And a meeting of the minds between two or more people, evil people, to bring about something nefarious, something bad. That's what a conspiracy is. It is an arrangement. It's not a subject matter, it's the arrangement. That's all it is. If you act alone, you act alone. If you act with somebody else, there's a conspiracy. You can have also accomplices, and they can help you, and that kind of borderlines into the world of conspiracy as well. But she alleges today, in a wonderful indictment, so to speak, the gravamen of which she says that the Daily Wire apparently reactivated her old social media and reposted old promotional material without her permission in order to what? To help her? No. It's a smear campaign. And these people are so amateurish, they're sloppy. She says it was deliberate, not an accident, because the reposts or repostings included a date card indicating it was shot in 2021. She alleges they are using her old channels to draw attention to a new show launcher. It's incredible. And she also alleges that the Daily Wire has acted, in many cases, like a toxic ex-employer after firing her by trying to interfere with her speaking opportunities and by applying pressure through others and other people in the organization. See, what she's saying is that they're launching a show featuring a young woman, this Madison Bransford, framed as a project designed to mock Candace and her current show. Think that's going to work? Think that's going to be effective? I don't think so. Turning Point USA as an organization is just incredible. Now let me explain to you what she's doing. You don't want Candace as your enemy. You don't want her as your enemy, and you don't want her to be somebody that You don't want to be on her shit list. Okay? Can I say that? Can I say that? I know there's kids listening. You don't want that. You don't want that. The best thing you can do is leave her alone. Leave her alone. You understand this? You got this? Okay, that's all. Now, let's move on. Some other things which are very interesting about this. TPUSA. Oh my God. Fascinating TPUSA. Turning Point USA as an organization. Among the allegations that Candace made, inter alia, was that she said that she alleges that TPUSA, Turning Point USA, has been coordinating behind the scenes, hard to believe, isn't it, against her rather than addressing disputes directly. This is cowardice. This is sniveling. This is sniping. This is playing it from the shadows. Candace alleges the event America Fest Amfest felt like a choreographed, money-driven spectacle rather than a human grieving environment. And it was something, and you and I had talked about that. She claims that TPUSA allowed people who disliked Charlie Kirk, who didn't care for Charlie Kirk while he was alive, to pay for main stage prominence after his death. And I think we know what that's all about. And she's absolutely 100% correct. 100% correct. And remember, nothing that she's saying is in any way an opinion. This is true. TPUSA, she says, approved and displayed a recreation or presentation of the tent where Charlie Kirk was killed and allowed selfie taking around it. I share with her our abjective horror that I and others felt when we saw this. It's gloom. It's when I saw one time a gift shop at the 9/11 memorial where you can buy a tie with the Twin Towers. I thought, what are you doing? It's like having Gettysburg as a, like a feature, like a Disney World or something. Candace Owens says that TPUSA or people close to its leadership are participating in PSYOPs, psychological operations style narrative control after Charlie's death. Are you aware of this? And Andrew Kolvet. Oh, this is so interesting. So interesting. One of the things which is the most fascinating, and she names people by name, and believe me, when she does this, when she does it, when she brings it to their attention, they go away. They don't ever attack her flat on. They don't even say to her specifically, well, you're right or wrong. But he's kind of like the public relations, the PR voice of TPUSA. But she says that Mr. Kolvet was working behind the scenes to smear her, to defile, to defame her. And she alleges that he orchestrated many, many attacks on her using obscure YouTubers as agents provocateurs. She also alleges that he was communicating with and directing said creators, including giving them instructions and asking them not to reveal his messages. She makes it very, very clear that this indeed proves coordination, that this shows coordination and not some kind of rogue behavior. And she alleges, as she declares war on her enemies, she alleges that he's lied on her name. She alleges he was the source of key claims that she previously reported, including the Hamptons dinner story involving subject matters like Netanyahu and others. You know where that was. She also alleged he was communicating with Alex Jones directly. And she says that he and TPUSA were using alibi-style rebuttals and riposts and the like, and proxy pressure tactics, instead of directly communicating with her. Now, this is what she is saying. These are the bullet points, so to speak. And Erica Kirk, oh, you know what that's about. Candace says that she believes that Erica Kirk likely knew about the tent display because the tent was approved by Elizabeth McCoy, who Candace claims is very, very close to Erica. And then she also alleges that Erica or her camp or her group or her lieutenants, that they're involved in coordinating messaging that directly contradicts the claim that Andrew was acting alone. She goes further. It's very, very good. Next count, she alleges that Erica's narrative, including the claim that Andrew went rogue on multiple incidents, and that Candace says she no longer accepts that explanation. See, what Candace Owens is saying very, very carefully, very surgically, is that her trusted source, in essence, says that Erica was on a three-way call related to the Superman quote situation, and that the quote came from Erica, not the surgeon. Fascinating. Remember what we said. When little lies are made, they're more informational and more directed than big lies. Because if you're going to lie about something little, you're going to lie about something big. And remember, little lies are very hard to keep a secret, but big lies are easy because of our incredulity. That's what Marshall McLuhan said. Candace goes further, and she says that Erica provided, in essence, or participated in an alibi effort that focused on the morning of the 9th, even though the Fort Huachuca sighting claim and everything attended to it regarding Erica was the night of the 8th. Now, these timelines are going to be very, very important. And again, you can follow these. Is each of them important? You tell me. It's a piece of the puzzle. It's a piece of as we say in the legal biz, impeachment, attacking the credibility of the witness. Candace went on later on to say that Erica concealed privately that she was present at the Hamptons dinner, and that, according to her, that certain people, including Netanyahu, called, which Candace claims supports parts of her early reporting. See, that was a big deal. They said it never happened. And again, this is what she says. I don't know why people are hiding from this. Elizabeth McCoy, she alleges that Elizabeth McCoy approved the tent display. I want to say that again. That's probably one of the most tacky things anybody's ever seen. Amfest and Marifest, it was horrible. She claims further, this particular recitation, that Elizabeth's role made it implausible that Erica did not know about it based upon their closeness. It would be hard pressed for anybody to suggest that it came out of nowhere. As to Mr. Harpole, again, per Candace, she alleges a witness, Mitch Snow, that's right, the Mitch Snow, claimed to have seen Brian Harpole at Fort Huachuca and connected to a top brass meeting on the morning of the 9th. She also alleges, very interestingly, that Harpole has not responded to her outreach, and she implies very strongly and assiduously, and also believes that he was in fact there. And she treats, by the way, Harpole's presence as a serious lead, suggesting in effect something, dare I say, operational. Again, her words, follow this. Let her pursue this further. I'm telling you what she said. It's very interesting because this is where investigations go. She alleges the witness, Mr. Harpole, this is very interesting. She says that as far as Cabot Phillip goes, she alleges the witness claimed that Erica was with a man who looked like Cabot Phillips, according to Candace, leaving the Candlewood Inn on the base on the 8th. Candace alleges that that she plans to address Cabot Phillips further and treat this as a part of the developing case. Again, these are all of the facts that are being laid out. Mark Amadai, according to Candace, she alleges the witness description led her to think it was indeed a congressman, and that she says further that she believes it was not Mark Amadai. Okay? Let me say this again. She alleges the witness description led her to think it was a congressman, and she says she believes it was not Mark Amadai. Very interesting. She frames this as, in essence, a correction that she intends to develop, which is what all of this is about. Go back to Cy Hirsch, go back to Woodward and Bernstein, if you believe that trope. That's the way investigative reporting works. Alex Jones. She alleges that Alex Jones aggressively and assiduously and ferociously attacked the witness and declared war on her despite her not attacking him. It's very interesting what's going on with Alex. A lot of us don't really understand that. That's up to him. Jimmy Dore, by the way, a fine man, made some allusion to this because I think both of us were friends with Alex. We don't know what that's about. Candace alleges that Alex was in communication with Turning Point USA and that something's going on. She further alleges, she notes that Alex amplified a campaign to discredit her and the witness. Interesting. Ian Carroll, Paramount Tactical, Valhalla, all of these aspects of it. Candace Owens alleges in part and in toto that they ran a two-pronged pressure tactic. She alleges, among other things, inter alia, that they tried to befriend the witness while pressuring him, and separately pressured Candace to publicly, in essence, denounce said witness. She also alleges, very interesting, that they threatened legal action, of course, as you can imagine, through intermediaries, pursuant to the aforementioned, without proper legal process. Furthermore, she says that they moved goalposts repeatedly, shifting from stolen valor claims to personal scandal claims, to claims that the police report was fake. It's kind of like an Overton window, so to speak. And then the inimitable, the ineffable, the one, the only, the man of the hour, Mitch Snow. Ah, yes, Mr. Snow. Candace alleges he brought forward the Fort Huachuca sighting claims and provided receipts to her. Candace further alleges, in part and in toto, simultaneously, that there was documentation in the form of military police MP reports supporting that an incident occurred on base that morning. She further alleges an attempt to in effect, to discredit him, that attempt backfired when his estranged son, this was the funniest, inadvertently confirmed he was contacted by authorities on September the 9th and was listed as an emergency contact. So if he wasn't there, if what he's saying was complete and total nonsense, how could this happen? And who was the jadrul who picked his son to verify something, who ultimately confirmed the thing they were trying to? All right, you understand. Now, this goes to show you the fascinating development of this story. It is incredible. The names, the intertwining. What you will see invariably, my dear friend, what you will see is a group of people not take care. It's almost like the constitutional words. Not take care to really make sure that their stories are coordinated. Nobody's looking at this. They feel sometimes with a sense of impunity that they have been so blessed and so perfect and so loved. They don't have to worry about things like consistency, legitimacy, rationality, a limpidity, a clarity, some kind of a logical sequencing in what they say. They don't have to worry about this because, after all, they're TPUSA. Everybody loves us. With a voice of God and Erica and Candace is crazy. And by the way, as far as the Brigitte Macron story, what's going on, we'll talk about that later, of people being arrested in France. Oh, my God. Let me tell you something. You talk about scorched earth, which is one of my main concerns. As I told her, and I didn't tell her, I've never spoken to her, but why do you want to pick the Macrons to go after? Why? It doesn't matter. It's up to you. I know you're right, whatever. I just always say pick the hill you want to die on. And I'm very worried about this too, because her case is in Delaware. It is not all about the claim that was made regarding her being a man. That is a separate issue. We will talk about that some other time. What I'm telling you is that the reason why I bring this up is I'm not a Candace acolyte. I'm not somebody who is just involved in this, how do I say this, I'm just not a fan club. I'm not a groupie. I appreciate what she's doing, but this is not about Candace. It's about the truth. It's about piecing together a mosaic of a very complicated labyrinth of facts. A mosaic, a pastiche, a myriad, a mosaic, a cornucopia, dare I say, of little individual facts and names and timelines. That when you put it together, it forms a narrative, which is, I think, approximating this thing called the truth. And there you have it. And I say to you, Candace, I want you go, girl. You go, get 'em. And we appreciate this. And also recognize the fact that there are so many new people to my channel, new people to the issue, people who said, excuse me, I don't know where I fit in. I'm not religious necessarily, though I might be. I'm not Republican, though I might be. I'm not conservative, though I might be. I don't know what I am. But this is intriguing to me. And this is the first time I get to see raw, blatant power and corrupt power being unleashed unceremoniously and horribly. And that's precisely what's going on right now. And that's what people have to understand. So thank you, dear friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful, great, and a wonderful day. I said wonderful twice. Let me also thank you for following us. Let me also thank you for the kindness that you have provided in your incredibly well-drafted, well-thought comments and the like in the comment section. Thank you for following my beloved wife at Lynn's Warriors. So many things going on right now regarding protecting children. An issue that I thought people would be breaking down the doors of the Capitol in order to help. Predation and human trafficking, I firmly believe, are the number one. Next to crypto or big tech is human trafficking. The money that is involved in the subjugation and the slavery, not only physical slavery, but in terms of the mental slavery that has occurred with our children, it blows my mind. Because if you saw how much big tech fights back when you try to make the internet safer and what AI is going to do for children. So anyway, Lynn's Warriors, YouTube, thank you for that. And thank you, dear patriot. Thank you. You are patriotic because you believe in something. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the United States. I believe in the rules of our beloved constitutional republic. I'm not a member of any party. It's a uniparty. Two sides of the same coin. You know that. Carol Quigley, baby. Tragedy and hope. In any event, my dear friends, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Candace Owens, you go, girl. And thank you for your hard work. And thank you for the travails and the horrors that you've had to go through, which we will probably never know about, which you so bravely confront every single day. Thank you, my friends. Have a great and glorious day. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And also, I've got these questions for you afterwards as you comment as you see fit.